I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Real life, real situations.
This is my life, my life, my life, my life. You want sunshine?
Ain't no word bigger than mom's unless you're talking about God.
I'm so proud to say that I'm your child.
This for all the mothers.
This is my life, my life, my life, my life. You want sunshine? Through the clouds I see your smile. I'm so proud to say that I'm your child.
This for your moms, my moms, they gave us all birth. I be the last, but blessed to say that I'm the first. Them 9 months feel like years ago. So many years. My tears drop, my eyes face where heaven flows. Whoever thought I'd be seen, heard from TV? No, I miss your beautiful smile when you see me like that's your child. Mom finally made it. I made it through all the ones you know that hated. You know the ones that said you had a bad child and couldn't see nothing good in my lifestyle. I'm feeling sorry for the things I did, like stealing candy out the store as a little kid. My first beating, you really taught me a lesson. But what it was, you really gave me a blessing. Punishment took away my TV. For 2 weeks, I couldn't have no company. Nobody can come over there.
This is my life, my life, my life, my life. You want sunshine? Through the clouds I see your smile. I'm so proud to say that I'm your child. This is my life, my life, my life, my life. You want sunshine?
Every mother in the world.
Clouds I see your smile. I'm so proud to say that I'm your child.
No more pain, no sorrow, she in a better place. Look in the mirror, reflected, I see my mom's face. My first step in my life after my last call. When Pops left, still showed me how to play ball. Showed me the difference from a dad and how to be a father. Martin Luther, your dreams and let nothing stop you. Ain't nobody more special than moms. Throughout your good and your bad, she gon' always be your mom. Gon' always love a child, gon' always bring a smile, gon' always bring your joy, gon' always girl or boy. Be a queen, I'm raised to be a king. Respectfully, then love your moms if you're feeling me. I'ma shed a tear. What I mean, I know a spirit's in here. Hey, you love yours, I love mine. I got my head to the sky, then love your mom's while she living her life, alright? Right?
This is my life, my life, my life, my life. You want sunshine?
All the beautiful mothers.
Time to see your smile, and I'm so proud to say that I'm your child.
Appreciate them.
My life, my life, my life, my life. You want sunshine?
Appreciate them.
Your smile, I'm so proud.
Baby, I'll sacrifice everything for you. No matter the cost, you're worth the fight. You're worth it because you are my life. I raised you, I pray I did it right. Through all your ups and downs, I'll never leave your side. For you, mama's always gonna fight.
day that your mom's is living, every day she breathing. Don't wait for that one day to celebrate her. Live her every day of the year. She's your sunshine.
Sunshine
all over the world.
And you are my sunshine.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It is the #1 chief rocker in Knicks universe, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to a special edition of the Knicks Morning Drive. Let's rock and roll. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there in the world. Happy Mother's Day to everybody celebrating all these knucklehead sons out here doing the most. All these knucklehead sons out here doing the most. You know what I'm saying? Celebrate your moms. Listen to her. Go buy her something. Go buy her something, man. Yeah. Man, come on, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Y'all ready to get this thing started? Let's do it. Let's do it. Blue tears. Orange tears. Orange tears. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Yo, so to quote the great American poet, Grand Poobah, and this is for you. Yo, so a lot of people think this is easy as it look. Books and books of rhyme concepts and hooks. Stressing and stressing to get thoughts manifested. Session and session to hit the world with a blessing or something like that. Something like that. Y'all get that vibe. Staffadon, what's good?
Blessed morning, Freezy. Blessed morning to the chat.
Yeah, man.
And another day. Salute to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day. Because we know what y'all go through. 9 months carrying us and all the stress and the headache y'all we put y'all through. So shout out to all the moms around the world. Much love and respect coming from Staffadon. And also Freezy too, you know.
For sure. Because this thing ain't easy, bro.
Right. Shout out to Miss Mocha.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Miss Mocha. Happy birthday. I'm not happy birthday. Happy anniversary.
I said the same thing. I said the same thing. I was like, yo, happy Mother's Day. She was like, what'd you say? I don't think she heard me. I was like, happy birthday? Yeah, man. So, yeah, man.
So I don't want to stop you. So go ahead and get into your show, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna get into the joint. You know that. I'm getting into the joint. That's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm here. Yeah, man. So here's the thing. I wanted to get into early and deep, right? And then to get into it early and deep. Yo, this Knicks roster is missing a lot of stuff. And I think our love for what we have is overshadowing what we could potentially be in a few years. Right? Keyshawn, I see you. What's good? White Falcon is in the building. White Falcon says, salute, mommy. DSJ is in the building. What's good? What's good? I want to, Cash Out James is in the building. T. Williams, what's good? I see you. So Staffer and others, y'all listen. We are in a situation where I think we may be embracing mediocrity for the sake of love, right? It's one of them. I think it's the situation where we know we don't have this, so our guards, for the most part, yo, shout out to Jay Boogie. What's good? So our guards are old and regular, right? Our guards are old and regular, right? We got Kemba, and no matter what people say about Kemba Walker, he's still on our roster. He's still ours, right? Kemba Walker is a Knick, and so we can't just throw him away because somebody told me once a Knick, always a Knick. That's what people used to tell me. Once a Knick, always a Knick, Uncle Freezy. So in the curious case of Kemba Walker, right? In the curious case of Kemba Walker, he is still a Knick. And I think we should appreciate him. Now, we might not appreciate what his contribution, right? We might not appreciate his contribution, but if we go by the saying, once a Knick, always a Knick, then Kemba Walker is always a Knick because he was once a Knick, right? So we have this situation where it's Kemba Walker, Derrick Rose, Alec Burks, Evan Fournier, and then the young guys, Miles McBride and Emmanuel Quickly, right? And unless Miles McBride and Emmanuel Quickly are immediate starters or starters next season, then I think we may have to upgrade, right? Yo, shout out to the OG Rob the Knick. Rob the Knick says, once a Knick, always a Knick. You have to play a full season. No, ain't no, God, yeah. No, ain't no concessions on that. Ain't no backpedaling. The shirts, the t-shirts say once a Knick, always a Knick. So that count for Henry Ellison too. Hell. Right. My point is, the point I'm getting at is my point that I'm getting at is this. Jay Boogie, what's good, man?
Hey, salute. 3 capital S's, 3 capital H's, 3 capital M's, 3 capital D's. Happy Mother's Day throughout the world. Happy Mother's Day to all the heavens. Anybody got theirs up there on top of the roof looking down upon us. They're always here with us, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to shout out to the chat and everybody, rocking with the Bronze Tears, rocking with this whole orange and blue, you know what I'm saying? Tell you appreciate playing the song. And I hope everybody, you know what I'm saying, that's going through something dealing with their moms, I hope it was a blessing for you too, because I include everybody in the world. That's all mothers, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
I want to send a special shout out to my man Ron Cleveland today too, because me and his moms and my moms, they passed away 1 week apart. So I want to, send a shout out to him too. And anybody, you know what I'm saying, that's going through something. To let you know it's not about what you're going through, it's about what you get through. I love y'all. I'm on a family out right now. I just wanted to come place my blessings along with y'all because y'all also my family outside of my family. I love you all. Breezy, keep doing what you're doing. Everybody in the chat, keep doing what you're doing. Scott Badon, keep doing what you're doing. Everybody on podcasts, keep doing you're doing. And we hope our Knicks start doing what they need to be doing. Salute.
Right.
Capital S's. Y'all have a blessed one. Happy Mother's Day. But don't just celebrate the day when they 365 days as a mother, 365 days as a father, 365 days as children. I don't care if you're a boy or girl. 365 days as aunts, 365 days as uncles, 365 days as brothers, 365 days as sisters. 365 days as cousin, 365 days, that's my man. You know what I'm saying? I rock with y'all like that. Salute, 3 capital S's. Y'all have a blessed day.
Yeah, hey, be safe out there, boss.
Salute, Jay Boogie.
Yeah, be safe, bro.
You
know we love you. Yeah.
On your head, Obi.
Yeah, man. So I want to get into this thing, Stafford down. Listen, man. Hey, shout out to Jay Boogie, the closer for coming through. Those inspirational words, man. We always need that, man. We need that to get going sometime, man. Sometimes you be stuck in a rut, man. You just need to hear something, you know what I'm saying, something inspirational. He come through. That'd be clutch. That'd be like that big brother stuff you be needing to hear. You know what I'm saying? Stafford Don, our roster is flawed in a lot of different places, right? Very flawed, right? But I think our love for the guys that we have is overshadowing what we have. And I think what's going to happen is at the draft, somebody's going to be moved and it's going to break our heart. So who your favorite player? I know who your favorite player is. I ain't even got to ask.
Right.
Your favorite player is Jericho Sims. I know you love Sims, right? But on draft night, he may be included in a trade, bro.
I'm not really looking at. Well, yeah, it's a possibility. I could say that, but the real trade bait to me, in my opinion, is Cam Reddish. Just because he's on his he has to get paid next year, and he has to come out this season and show what he have and his game in order to receive that extension. And so if he's not traded by draft night and we give him an opportunity, and by probably the trading deadline, we probably may get rid of him, or get rid of him at the draft for a point guard that we solely need. And that is definitely one of the needs that we need to look at, and I will say second, if Mitch don't sign, maybe a stretch center that could shoot a couple threes. Definitely need to be rebounding because on the offensive end, because Mitch was a beast on the offensive end, so we need something like that, So those two things I think the Knicks desperately need. And I think Cam is more of a trade piece, so in my opinion.
Okay. Don't be brokenhearted on. You want me to play that Brandy song?
No, because I keep saying this, to Knicks fans, and you can't be too attached to some of these players. Because once they gone, Freezy. You know what I mean? So
once a Knick, always a Knick.
Yeah, and it's a business, and sometimes people don't understand that.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Right, I feel you with that. Right. So here's the thing. Let me ask you this, Stafford. So that I can try to pull you to the dark side.
Okay.
How do you like Ja Morant?
I think he is a phenomenal athlete. He could be reckless at times. He definitely needs to work on his 3-point game, because I think he's real bad at that. But driving to the basket, finishing at the basket, he has I think he has a first step, and he can
Holy crap
for himself.
Yo, get out of here! You serious?
I mean, he's not that. I mean,
not you. Let me hold on. Are y'all seriously telling me Canelo Alvarez lost last night?
Yeah.
Oh no! Now I gotta go watch the fight. Oh, Canelo Alvarez lost last night.
Yeah, his second loss in his career.
Oh my God! Oh, I did not. I didn't watch the fight because I thought my man was cruising.
Nah, he lost.
Oh my God, Canelo lost. Oh, next thing you know, cats and dogs are gonna be playing together. Oh my God. Yo, D Block, what's good? Get out of here. Are y'all serious?
Dead serious, Freezy.
Oh my God. Canelo lost by unanimous decision.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Happy Mother's Day.
Yo, Freezy's an idiot.
Oh my God. I cannot believe what I just saw, bro. I go to ESPN to check out, the playoff matchups today. And man, listen. Canelo losing. Oh my God, I'm stunned. I'm shocked. So he got beat up. He lost by unanimous decision. That means the dude beat him up. Oh my goodness. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
You sound kind of heartbroken, Freezy.
I cannot believe he lost.
Yeah, man. It just was not his night.
Oh my God.
Second time he lost was he met his match.
Yeah, the first time he lost, he shouldn't even been in that fight. He fought Floyd and he was too young. But this right here, oh boy.
I still consider him one of the greats still. Even though he got 2 losses. Not too many boxers got 2 losses, bro.
Right. So I just wanted to say this thing to a point that we made on so we made a point on what show was it? The NBA 101. You asked me who I felt like was the you asked me who I thought was going to win the NBA championship, and I told you the Boston Celtics. You remember that?
Yes, you did.
And the opponent, you remember the opponent that I told you they were going to beat? The Memphis Grizzlies.
Yes.
The Memphis Grizzlies.
And both of them went down in this series.
Yeah, right. and so the thing I'm getting at, the thing I was pointing to specifically with that matchup, with the I'm sorry, not that matchup, but the Memphis Golden State matchup is both of them have elite point guards.
Right.
The Knicks, however, don't have average point guard play. For the most part, the Knicks have bad point guard play. Right. So much so that Knicks fans all around the world understand that the Knicks need to upgrade the point guard position. Right. And not just by one play, not a starter, but we need a starter and a capable backup. Right. We need a starter and a capable backup. Because here's the thing, Derrick Rose is a nice player when he's here. Derrick Rose is a nice player when he's here, right? But when we needed him the past 2 seasons, he has not been here.
Yeah, man. He can't even play 60 games. I think the last time he played 60 games was in the 16, 17
1975. Yeah.
No, Freezy, stop it. The last time he played full 60 games was, I think, 1980. The 17, 18. No, Freezy, stop it.
1980,
he played, I think the 17, 18 season, and from ever since he's just been injured, man. So we definitely need to upgrade on that spot. Who we get, I don't know. The rumors is swirl around with this whole Jalen Brunson thing. Then I seen an article with the kid Morris in Denver.
Okay.
Because Maria's coming back, so he might be expendable. Right. And then I heard fans talking about Titus Jones in Memphis. So it's going to be an interesting off season to see what Leon Rose does, and yeah, I'm just pretty anxious to see what moves he does as far as the point guard situation.
There is only one move to make, right? There's only one move to make, and that is clean house at the point guard position. Everybody got to go. Start all over from scratch with a new guy. Right? Here's the other way that you fix the point guard situation. And I love you, bro. I love you, but you have to trade Randle. You have to. You have to, bro. Because Randle can't be the de facto point guard, right? He can't be. He can't be, right? Randle can't. RJ Barrett can't be the de facto point guard. They can't be, bro. For one, these dudes are not. These dudes have some guard skills, but they don't have guard movement. Right?
So, Freezy, let me ask you this before you continue. What does trading Randle have to do with the point guard? Isn't the point guard going to put him in a better situation for him to succeed than him bringing up the ball in his hand and making
how was that look with
semi-dumb decisions?
How did that look so far when you had him on the roster? How did that look with Elfrid Payton?
It looked all right. At least it looked all right. With Payton, it was all right. With D Rose, it was all right.
Yeah, but I mentioned John Morant and Steph Curry. Right. Okay. So with Randle, and listen, I'm not bashing Randle. I love Julius Randle. I love him.
No, we know you're not bashing. We know you're not
and
bashing.
I love Julius Randle's game. I think it's not a fit here for where we are in our development stage. Right? It's not a fit because Randle has to do too much stuff. Right? Too much stuff. He's got to be a good defender. He's got to be the best rebounder. He's got to be the best scorer. He got to meet with the media. He has to do all the stuff that a star does.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. If he wants to become that star, he has to be in line with those things.
But everybody's not cut out for that. You don't just force a guy into that. Right?
I don't think he's being forced. I think he says he embraced it. I'm just going by the words that what he said. Right? He embraced it. He wants it. And he said he could handle it.
He said he wants to win a championship in New York. Right?
Yes,
that don't mean he has to be the star player in New York.
Right.
Right. And so by forcing it, it's two-way. Right? I think the organization is forcing it a little bit. The coaching staff is forcing it a little bit. And Julius Randle is forcing it a little bit. Right? On all sides, it's being forced. Right? We need a player that stardom comes easy. Right? That stardom comes easy. Right? And while I'm not saying that Emmanuel Quickly's triple doubles and Obi Toppin's averaging like 30 points a game down the stretch means they are stars, what I will say is they play easier and freer together. Right? Now,
I can't stand GSJ.
He right. This is the point that I'm getting at. He read my mind. Right. Randle has dominated the ball, even with capable point guards.
No, not that I was talking about. He was talking about I want to trade for Jamar Murray because he has Caribbean roots and plays well when healthy. That's what I was laughing at. But sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. No. What I'm saying is what DSJ said in this comment though, not the other one. I'm talking about this one.
Right.
Randle has dominated the ball with capable point guards, and so is RJ Barrett. You're not gonna get capable point guard play with these dudes, low efficiency guys dominating the ball, not steering. right? The difference between Memphis, Golden State, and the Knicks is that. That's it in a nutshell.
Unk. Oh, I think we had a technical
I'm here.
difficulty.
Nah. Mo was talking to me about something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a code red. She bought me breakfast. She bought breakfast in here because she's like, yo, you don't have no life, man. All you do is that channel. All you do is the channel, man.
Freezy, you know you're wrong for that. You should have been making breakfast for her, bro. This is her day.
Right. How you know I ain't do that already?
Whatever, Freezy.
How you ain't know that's the reason why I pushed the show back an hour?
You know what? I don't believe you, but hey, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, man. Hey, and D Block says Randle has already checked out as a Knick, and I kind of sort of am there. I think he might have checked out on the season. I don't know if he checked out as the franchise player though.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And so A to Z Media Network says, so do we dangle RJ out there for a starting point guard like SGA? Yep. I think that might be the plan. I think because you have to upgrade. You have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Do I love RJ? Yes. Right? Do I love RJ? Yes. I love RJ with all my heart. I love RJ. RJ is like one of my favorite Knicks. I want him to be here for a long time, right? But listen, if they make a move with RJ Barrett in it, to get a Damian Lillard and bring Dame here, I will do that weird scene from Boys in the Hood where Trey was punching the air in the living room, where he was ghost fighting. But you know what though? After that, I'll be all right. And I love RJ, and I will wish him continued success. But if that means the Knicks winning the championship, RJ, listen, I know you watch the show, right? I know RJ watched the show. RJ Barrett has a burner account named Julian Blum. So Julian Blum, I know you are RJ Barrett, bro. I know you are RJ Barrett.
Yeah.
I know that's RJ Barrett's burner account, right? So the thing is this. No one I would trade Clyde Frazier. I would trade Clyde Frazier, who's my favorite Knick and one of my favorite people, if that meant winning 2 or 3 more championships. I would trade Pat Ewing if that means I can get Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. Right? I would trade Pat Ewing, Charles Oakley, John Starks, Hubert Davis, Charles Smith, Charlie Ward, Greg Anthony, all them dudes for Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen if that meant we were going to win championships. And there's no disrespect to them, but I want a championship. I was like 4 or 5 years old when the Knicks won a championship, bro. That's not my championship.
For real.
That's not mine. I didn't even know what was going on. Yeah, I'm saying, man, and no disrespect to Knicks players or Knicks organization or any of that stuff. I want to win a championship, bro. I legit watched the Milwaukee Bucks celebrate an NBA title. What in the name of Sam and Dave is going on out here?
Ah, boy.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
And I said all that.
I want to ring bad too.
And I said all of that to say this also. I like the young players. I do. But I'm not going to overlook their deficiencies for the sake of saying that they are ours. Right? I'm not going to overrate our young players. Right? Here's the other thing. Part of getting better is acknowledging that you have flaws. Is that not true, Stafford?
What's the question?
The statement was part of acknowledging or part of getting better is acknowledging that you have flaws.
Yes.
Do you have flaws?
Yes.
And if you have flaws, what can you do to correct them? Right?
I mean, you could practice, you could get, depending on what flaw it is, you could practice on it, you could get counseling on it, you could do film, you could, it's a lot of things that you could do to fix your flaw. But you just gotta have the mental attitude to have that determination that you could overcome it.
Right. Here's the thing. Here's another thing. Let me put. I'm gonna do this, Mike, because I'm trying to do a breakfast and do a pod or do a live stream at the same time. Hold on.
Yo, this brother here. Yo. Only Uncle Freezy.
Yo, part of having people be available 24/7 is you got to sometimes multitask. And right now I'm multitasking, bro, because I got to do a pod and then get off of this and go do some stuff with my mom for Mother's Day. Y'all know how this thing go. Right. Y'all know how this thing go, man. So you gotta multitask, right?
You know the Schweppes.
But here's the thing. How good is our young core staffer?
In an overall grade, I will have to go with
Don't give him an overall grade, bro, because that will fluctuate. Compare them to other young cores.
Compare them to other young cores. Oh boy.
Are they as good as the Celtics young core?
I think Quickly is better than Pritchard. I think who else is young in that team? I think
Jaylen Brown is young.
Yeah.
Robert Williams is young.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum is young. Romeo Langford, Aaron Neesmith.
I don't think Langford is on the squad no more. I think he got traded to San Antonio.
Okay. Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you good. Yeah, those guys. No, what those guys been seasoned a long time, Freezy. Young, or I mean RJ. I mean, he's stepping up every year. You know, we still need to see more from Grimes. His ball handling needs to improve.
Right.
His off the dribble needs to improve. He needs to develop a jump shot. But you could still survive but you could still survive in the league, Freezy, as a 3-and-D player. So, Grimes still has potential. As far as Quickly, microwave guy, energy guy. I think he could definitely be a 6-man on any team, a spark. Obi, he definitely needs to work on his footwork. Definitely needs to work on a jump shot, mid-range jump shot. I'm gonna steal something from Tony Crow. If he develops that 3-point shot on a consistently, I think his game may open up a lot more. By able to put the ball on the floor and drive to the hole. do a jab step, quick jump shot. You know, so Obi definitely and improve on his defense. Sims, he definitely needs to work on his free throws.
Right.
I think
Right.
he needs to. He's a good rebounder. I give him that. But he needs to, when he gets the offensive rebound, I think he needs to more attack the basket. You know,
At least sometimes. At least sometimes, right? At least sometimes.
Yeah, at least sometimes.
Right.
Mitch, we've seen flashes of excellence and great games in Mitch, but he needs to be more consistent. For instance, he will give us 20 points, 17 rebounds, 4 blocks. And the next game, he give us 5 points, 7 rebounds, and no
Right.
blocks. And
Right.
the other thing that me and you always talk about with Mitch is that he has to develop his free throws also, because he is very, very, very bad. You know, and in order for you to play in the fourth quarter and stay on the court, you have to hit your free throws. You know, as bad as Shaq was when it counted, he made his free throws. You know, so that's definitely he needs to work on. McBride, um, he's a great on-ball defender. I love his tenacity on defense, picking up the opposing player 90 feet. He has a nice 3-point shot.
Right.
I think he needs to be more consistent with his mid-range jumper and I think he needs to put the ball on the floor a little more,
Right.
create his own shot. And another thing, I think he needs to be more aggressive.
Okay.
If Young Quickly is on the floor, stop deferring to Quickly a lot. You know, I think he defers a lot. He was playing a little scared.
Right.
But I think during the season he got much better.
Okay.
Who else is there? But I don't see him playing major minutes if we bring in another point guard, because he may do spot point guard duty.
Okay.
Who else is young on the squad? I think that's all the young players. Did I miss out anybody?
Yes. Cam Reddish.
Cam. We also have seen flashes with him also too, but his efficiency is very low. I think he's shooting from the field like 37%. If I do believe, if anybody knows,
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong. He needs to be more consistent. He's a great defender. His wingspan is good enough to play a 3 or 4 in a small ball setting. He's an excellent free throw shooter. I think he could shoot the ball from the 3 on the outside. He could create for his own shot, but you know he got that Kevin Knox motor, if per se. You know, laid back. I think, as I said, this season he needs to go out and show improve.
Right.
Right. Because if he wants to get paid, but I still think he is a trade bait probably on either the trading, no, not the trading deadline, the draft, or if he doesn't improve by the trading deadline, I think we may trade him. But
Okay.
he definitely needs to show out this year to show us what he had. We did see something, but he ended up separating his shoulder. He was, coming in his game, we wanted to see a lot more, but unfortunately he got injured. So next year I'm definitely looking to see what he brings to the table if we don't trade him by draft night. I think I left out RJ too. RJ need to be more consistent on his jumper. keep mixing up your game. Go left, go right. Develop a consistent jumper. Create your own shot off the dribble, which he does. I think he needs to finish around the rim a lot more. Uh, and just be more consistent. You already got that leader quality in you, so keep on doing that. And I think he is the more what's the word I'm looking for? Um, we see as him being the more potential, having being more the star, the future of the Knicks. So we definitely need him to definitely pop and break out and become an all-star. And I think that he said that's one of his goals. So definitely needs to improve in all those aspects. And that's my assessment on the young core.
Okay. All right. Okay. I understand where you're coming from, right? But I gotta challenge you and other Knicks fans, right? Because what it sounds like to me is that we make a lot of excuses for the kids, right? That's what it sounds like to me. Like, oh, if such and such happens, then such and such, right? Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm creating a sheet right now, right? And it is called player comp if developed fully. Right. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a player comp if the kid is developed fully. Y'all hear me? A player comp if the player is developed fully. Right? Give me a second
Right.
to pull this up. Because what we don't want to do is going forward, just be like, yo, nah, man, all he got to do is bring such and such. Not disparaging what you said, Staffer, because I
Right,
feel
right,
you
right.
on what you said. But that can't be like, so what we can't do is or what it's not fair to do. I'll put it that way. It's not fair to say if if um if Mitchell Robinson gets handles and starts shooting the three, he can be Joel Embiid. To me, that's not fair, right? But
Right.
what we can say is if big man develops certain develops fully, this is what he can be if he develops fully, right? Y'all ready for this? Morocco Joe, what's good? Mike Boy, what's good? Pudge Nice, what's good? Y'all ready? Y'all ready for a game this morning? Let's play a game this morning, right? Let's play a game this morning, and I want to get y'all involved. I'm going to bring up the spreadsheet that I had been working on while Staffer was chopping it up. Here it is. Bam. If what I'm going to do is this. So what I'm going to do is this, right? I am going to ask you this question. If developed fully, what player comp is this player? And then at the very end, what we'll do is say this. Can this team win a championship if all these guys are developed in the way that we think they will be developed? Right? What player comp, right? And we ain't gonna do it. We ain't gonna draw it all out and be here all day and all kind of stuff. What we'll do is make it short and sweet and then answer the question. Right? Staffer, I want to start with you, right?
Uh-huh.
If developed fully, what player in the NBA right now would you compare Emmanuel quickly to?
Lou Williams.
Lou Williams. Right? Let me make a, you know what? I feel like I need to make another space or two. Right. Right. Let me insert Let me copy this. I'm gonna just copy it. I'm gonna copy it, right? Copy. Okay. I'm gonna copy and put it right here. Let me spread this thing out because it looked crazy. If developed fully, right? Player comp if developed fully. I probably should have thought this out more, but we here now. We here, so it don't matter. All right. All right, so it don't want to go up by itself, so I'll just push it up. Hold on, let me. Stupid spreadsheet. stupid spreadsheet, but we'll get it. We'll get it. If developed fully. There it is. There it is. There it is. And this is so Staffer, your color is gonna be okay. Let me put Staffer up here. Staffer, and then Unc will be up here. And then the chat will be right here. Chat, y'all getting your own column too, by the way. Chat, y'all gonna get your own column, and we're gonna hold y'all to this, okay? We're gonna hold y'all to this, chat. You know what I mean? All right. So we're gonna hold y'all to this, chat. All right. So I don't think it's Lou Williams, and I'm gonna ask the chat, right? Staffer, can y'all still see it? Yeah, you can still see it. You can still see it. All right, chat. Hey, Tone Woo's in the building. What's good?
The woo.
Yo, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. Chat, if developed fully, right? If developed fully, who is Emmanuel Quickly gonna be? You seen Staffer. Staffer Don says Lou Williams. Right? So I'm gonna add mine then real quick while they are deliberating. While they deliberating, right? I'm gonna say Emmanuel Quickly is going to develop into a Patty Mills. That's what I'm thinking. Chat, who do y'all say? Who do y'all say, chat? Y'all see who we have? Keyshawn says Lou Williams, Jason Terry, right? Nick G says Tyler Hero. Okay.
Tyler Hero?
Yeah, I seen Tyler Hero. Okay. IQ is Tyler Hero. Wow. I saw a Trey Young. I saw a Lou Williams. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that, Morocco Joe. Let me do something real quick. All right. All right. All right. So let's go with Lou Williams. Okay. So chat, I'm just gonna go with Lou Williams. All right. Chat says, even though I saw other names, I only saw those names once. All right. All right, Stafford Don. If Miles McBride is developed fully, who does he develop into? What player comp?
Boy, that tenacity and dog in defense. I'm looking probably Patrick Beverly.
Pat Beverly.
Yeah, cause Pat could shoot that three. Pat is good on the defense, and Pat got that dog in him. And I see a little bit of that in him. I say,
All right.
yeah. I'll stick with Pat.
All right. I am
Good morning,
going.
everybody. Sorry, I'm at
You-
work. Can't get on the video there.
I ain't nothing to it.
You good, Joe?
Yo, I think if Miles McBride is developed fully, he is going to be Kyle Lowry.
You know, that was my second option.
I got one for Miles McBride. I think he's gonna be Kirk Heinrich.
Kirk Heinrich? Yeah.
Nah, you trolling on that one.
Nah. They are similar. They just don't.
They're
look
very
alike.
similar,
They
especially with his coaches. Very similar.
Yeah, they just don't look alike, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think Heinrich is maybe what 6'4", 6'5", maybe.
Yeah, I think he's 6'4".
Yeah.
He's a little bit longer, or a little bit taller, but I think they're the same length, like as far as arm, wingspan, stuff like that.
Yeah. So White Falcon says Lowry. Real King says Lowry. White Falcon says Brandon Jennings. Luke Skywalker Vision says CJ
Brandon Jennings.
Yeah.
Oh man, old school. I remember Brandon Jennings. He dropped 55 for the Knicks one time.
Mike Boy says Drew Holiday. Real King says Jason Kidd. Okay.
That's a reach. Jason Kidd, that's a reach. That's a Hall of Famer, man. What you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jason Kidd is a reach too.
Kenny Payne says Eric Bledsoe.
I can see Eric Bledsoe. Maybe Reggie Jackson, Eric Bledsoe.
Keyshawn says Derek Harper.
I'll take that.
Yeah. You take 6'4", long arm defensive guard that can shoot the three.
I'll take that all day. Derek Harper was a beast.
Yeah, man. I was hoping Frank Ntilikina would turn into that, but no.
Yeah.
I remember saying a little draft day.
We don't talk about Frank no more.
All right. Because Frank is a 6'3" Tree Rollins. Them.
I was gonna say Hot Rod Williams.
Yeah. Nick G says, shout out to Nick G. Nick G says McBride is Lou Dort. Yeah. I could see that. But McBride is 6'1"-ish, maybe. So chat says, I'm just gonna go with the consensus here just so that we can Lou Dort. So I see White Falcon, Real King says Kyle Lowry. Everybody else has one vote. I'm gonna go with Kyle Lowry, right? And I know this seems like a stretch, but don't look at Kyle Lowry in year 12 or whatever he's in. Look at Kyle Lowry after year 1, and you'll understand where the reason why I brought that up. Right?
No, Freeze, I agree with you because that was my second choice. Kyle Lowry, yeah. Right. So I like him too.
So what about Quentin Grimes? If Quentin Grimes fully developed, what will Quentin Grimes be?
Poor man, Golden State kid.
Steph Curry.
Clay Thompson.
Jordan.
I got one.
Jordan.
Here we go. I'm about to start bashing Quentin Grimes, Joe. I got
one. I got an old school one. Michael Cooper. Y'all know who Michael Cooper is?
Yeah.
Lakers.
Yeah, good three-point shooter, great defender. Didn't really put up huge numbers, but was a great three-point shooter, great defender. I think that's what he can be. Hopefully.
Also a Bruce Bowen also too. We could throw him in that mix.
You stole my name. That's exactly what I was about to put.
Only thing is Bruce Bowen could play the 4. Bruce Bowen was 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah.
Like Quentin Grimes is a 6'4", strong 6'4".
Yeah.
Yeah, but both of them developed that has that 3-and-D quality. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so, even though Bruce was taller. Yeah. Go ahead, Freeze.
So Nick G says Danny Green. Kenny Payne says Danny Green.
I can see Danny Green. That's a good comp right there. I can see Danny Green.
Yeah.
Maybe a Wesley Matthews if it's on the low end. You know, like
is he athletic like Wesley Matthews though? But before West tore his ACLs, he was a great athlete.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know yet though. We got to see. That's kind of a wait and see. I ain't see him bang on nobody yet. He ain't really had much opportunity to, you know.
Right. Pudge Knight says Allen Houston. Chat, y'all want to go with Allen Houston for Quentin Grimes? Klay Thompson for Quentin Grimes? Yeah, Allen Houston, Danny Green, Klay, Josh Hart, Danny Green. I saw Danny Green twice, so I'll go with Danny Green on this.
I think Danny Green is a good one. I mean, that's solid. Yeah. If he develops into Danny Green, I'll be super happy. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a good. Danny Green's been a good player for a long time.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm saying. 3-and-D player, and he's been in the league for a long time. So that's what I'm saying. Man. Quentin Grimes has a spot in this NBA.
Right.
You know, as long as he keeps on hitting those threes and playing tenacious defense, in my opinion.
White Falcon says Richard Hamilton. It's me says Richard Hamilton.
Their game is a little bit different. Rip Hamilton was mid-range all day and run. I mean, we don't use Grimes like that, so I don't know if he can hit the mid-range like that. You know what I mean?
Right. CWC, what's good?
What's good, party people? How y'all doing? What's up, chat? What's good?
Right.
What y'all talking about?
Yo, so we doing player comps for the current young Knicks roster. Right, if they develop fully, like if everything go right and they become the best version of themselves, what player in the NBA would you compare them to? Right. And
okay.
Right now we're at Rokas, not Rojas. We're at Rokas, Jokibitis, Staffordon. Staffordon. Who do you say? Rokas Jokibitis reminds you of?
Oh boy. You know what? This may sound crazy, but I have to go with white chocolate, man.
What?
I have to excuse myself from the Lucas talk. I've not actually seen much of them, so I can't even add anything to this one.
Right.
Yeah. I ain't seen too much of them too.
Did he just say
white chocolate?
Yep.
I mean, does he have any highlight passes I need to be looking at? Has he made some plays that's crazy? Like, send me the link. I'll take a look at it.
just go on YouTube and look up all his highlights from I think he plays for Barcelona. So pull that up.
Hey, Sabadon, are you going by his swag on the basketball court?
No, I'm just going by his ability to play make. I think Jokibitis. I think he's a good playmaker. And
okay,
Jason Williams was an excellent playmaker.
I never see too much of him, so I can't say.
Right.
Yeah, go back to his Sacramento days with Chris Webber, yo. You'll see.
Man.
Yeah, I know white chocolate. I'm talking about the other dude.
Jokibitis.
Yeah.
Do you know what country this guy's from? Jokibitis? Do we know what country he's from?
I don't know.
He from overseas?
I know he's from overseas. I don't know.
Right, and yo, and so the thing is there are like the Goran Dragic's comparisons. I think he is probably Goran Dragic, but maybe stronger. Like not as deadly, not like the Dragon Dragic, but more like do those things, but stronger. Like he uses the hell out of screens, right? Like he uses the hell out of screens, and he can also play off the ball, right? Like if you could play him and Quickly together, right? You could play him.
So he's like a Prigioni type.
Kinda in that way, maybe less defensive.
Oh, okay.
Right, but more slick ball handler, using the screen and roll to the tee. You play him and Obi together, he unlocks Obi.
And that's what I think Rokas is similar to him.
Yeah.
I don't want to get off topic, but do you think he'll get any run this season in the regular season?
Nah,
Joker Bidas ain't coming over here.
Yeah, he ain't coming over.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah, he ain't coming over. So I think the chat agrees with me with Goran Dragic. So I'm gonna add Goran.
I don't know, man. Goran is slow, bro. I don't see Joker Bidas as slow.
Yeah, well, he's not slow. He's more of a physical. You'll see what I'm talking about. Like the difference between say a D'Angelo Russell and the kid from Indiana, Malcolm Brogdon. Malcolm Brogdon is slow and is bursty. Like if Brogdon get in the lane, he will dunk on you. Don't get it twisted. Like he looks slow, but he's got the explosion. He plays a slow-mo game, right? But I think Rokas is not that. I think he's more deliberate, right? Like Kyle Anderson is slow. Kyle Anderson is slow, right? But you know what I'm saying? And it's not deliberate. The dude is just slow. They call him slow-mo for a reason. From what I've seen with Rokas is that he might be more deliberate, learning the game, right? That's just, but Staffer, Cam Reddish, if Cam Reddish develops fully, what do you think he'll be?
I think the main senses for him is T-Mac.
Tracy McGrady?
You know, yeah, Tracy McGrady or Danny Granger.
Paul George.
I think there's a lot of Paul George talk, but I think that Cam Reddish is an anomaly because his size. He's so big and can still handle the ball a little bit, like better than his comparable players at 6'8" like that. Like he's tall. He's much taller and longer than I think a lot of us give him credit for. Like you see him in person, it's a little bit different. But I would say Tracy McGrady is a good comp. I think if he comes out to be a Tracy McGrady, we're gonna win a championship in the next 5 years.
Right.
For sure. Right. I agree.
So Paul George, okay, I saw T-Mac, Paul George, Scottie Pippen, Paul George.
I can see Scottie.
I know what's all about Scottie Pippen. Yeah.
He don't have the IQ on defense. You could just tell. He tries to jump passes and he don't really stay in front of his man. So I don't know. That's kind of a reach, you know. I mean, he could probably develop into that if he gets his defense together, but
that's why I'm not saying Paul George either, because Paul George, PG-13 is a great defender. Yeah,
that's a fact. Yeah. Hopefully he does, though. I mean, it would be nice if Tibbs could develop him into a defender on that type of level, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Right.
It seemed like he had to get motivated too when he played defense. He just played like when you see him on the court, he just played cool, like a cool guy. He don't play like motivation. You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't look like he's sweating out there.
Right.
Yeah, man.
So Stafford, what about Farron Hunt?
Farron Hunt? You talking about the dude with the braids?
Yeah, he a nut, bro.
I don't even know who that is, cuz.
Who is this guy?
The man only played like 5 minutes for the season? I don't know, bro. Yeah, I don't know.
Where he came from?
I haven't seen enough of this guy to get to even analyze his game, bro. So I don't know. Yeah, that's a question mark for me.
Okay.
Trevor Ariza.
Please don't even ask me. I don't know where he came from.
All right, chat. What are y'all thinking?
I mean, he could be good. I don't know. I haven't seen much of him.
Hey, what team he came from?
Does anyone know where he went to college?
SMU, I think. The dude. Okay, for those that don't know who he is, that hadn't been seeing him murder the G League, this dude is an exceptional athlete at 6'8". Exceptional athlete.
Looking into him now.
He's high energy, and I believe Tibbs is going to turn that into a defensive. I think Tibbs may turn him into a defensive wing player.
Hey, Uncle Freezy, do Tibbs know who he is?
Yeah, Tibbs was coaching them up in the last 2 games. Tibbs was legit invested in him.
Oh,
you know
okay. I didn't know that,
man. Yeah. Tibbs was. You remember RJ got hurt? And RJ went out. Farron Hunt was a guy that.
Yeah. Now you called that game, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll leave that blank. All right. So we'll move on to RJ Barrett. If RJ Barrett fully develops Stephadon, who is RJ Barrett's NBA comp?
Dead silence. Tough question.
Yeah, it's a tough question, man.
I got it.
Yeah, come back to me. Go
CWC, baby.
Yeah. What's good? So who's RJ Barrett then?
Like I said, when Man had his show, RJ Barrett reminded me of 2 players put together. He reminded me of Paul Pierce and Anton Walker put together. I think that's going to be his ceiling. Them both put together.
Damn, that's a Hall of Famer.
Paul Pierce and Anton Walker.
I mean, I give you Paul Pierce. I mean, that would be nice. Be developing the Paul Pierce. I'll tell you. Go ahead.
You remember Anton Walker, right?
Yeah, of course. Bolton Celtics, and then you played for Miami. Yeah, but I'll have to go with what somebody said in the chat. I will go with Jimmy Butler. I see a Jimmy Butler in him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Okay. So y'all saying Jimmy Butler for him. So it's Jimmy Butler across the board.
I think, if we looking at like a more like a longer view instead of like current NBA players, I mean, there are a bunch of players in the 90s that RJ Barrett reminds me of. Like a bunch of large 2-guard, like a Steve Smith type, played for the Hawks, could develop into a post player. I think like Steve Smith would be if he could be a Steve Smith. Steve Smith later in his career was better at the 3. I think RJ's a little bit better now, but was able to get to the rim. Didn't do it by being an athlete. Was able to back to the basket. Was able to score like that. Same with a Joe Johnson.
Right.
I mean, there are a lot of guards in the 90s that RJ Barrett reminds me of. Like if we look back and if you just sit down and think about it for a second, it's almost every good 2-guard in the 90s played RJ's type of game, except the obvious like Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Where it's a rim every play. But I mean,
you said Joe Johnson. And who was the second player that you said?
Steve Smith.
Yeah, he used to play for Hawks.
Smith.
And then even like an Eddie Jones.
I remember Steve Smith. Eddie Jones.
A little bit less athletic.
But he still had that mid-range shot too. RJ had to develop that mid-range shot.
Yeah, I'm kind of thrown off with the Steve Smith.
Yeah,
and I watched him play too.
We're talking about what they could develop into permanent. Like
if everything went right. If everything went right, yeah.
So obviously he's going to need to develop a mid-range, obviously.
Yeah, and so here's a name I'm gonna throw out there too that I think people have forgotten about, but I think he could be that guy. Walt Williams.
Ooh, old school.
Yeah, you remember what the wizard Walt Williams? A guy at I think Walt Williams was 6'8", 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", something like that. Had some point guard skills, but didn't have foot speed. Right? He had guard skills, but he didn't have the physical quickness to do the things that guards could do. He could pass from anywhere on the floor, can score at a decent clip. Right? He wasn't going to wow you with athleticism because he wasn't a great athlete. But he had like the will and determination. Man, Walt Williams, I think, is a good comp for RJ Barrett.
Well, to anybody who was doubting the Steve Smith talk, Steve Smith averaged pretty much the same exact stat line as RJ but with a little bit more efficiency.
Right.
You know? Right. So like it was basically the same exact stat line, 21 points a game, just a little bit more efficient from the field and from three. That was really it. Like,
or your best hits on free throws is going to be Steve Smith.
Yeah, he was definitely better from the free throw line. Definitely better from the free throw line.
Yeah. All right. So here are the three. Here are the three names I think are the most polarizing of the list. Right. Right. Here are the three names: Obi, Mitchell Robinson, Jericho Sims. Right. And I know the chat is going to be all over the board on this, right? So what I'll do is I'm just going to ask everybody to move through this pretty quick, and then that way we can have the ultimate discussion. Is this roster of what we said these guys are going to be? Can they win a championship? So let's go with Obi, right? Staffordon, if Obi develops into everything, it develops fully, what is he going to be? What's his player comp?
Sean Kemp.
All right, so he says Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp, my dog. That's my best basketball player in the 90s.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna say if Obi develops, man, if Obi develops into everything, I'm gonna say he develops. No, I ain't gonna go there, but I will say Larry Johnson before the back injury. Grandmama Larry Johnson, a dude that was a dunker and a 3-point shooter at the same time. Because I was thinking,
I feel you with that.
Because when I was thinking Sean Kemp, Amari Stoudemire, but them dudes couldn't shoot the three. Obi has upside potential with 3-point shooting, right? And so did Larry Johnson.
Yeah.
Young Larry, not Old Man River, not hurt back Larry Johnson, right? Chat, who do y'all think? Josh Smith.
I said Josh Smith. I see Stacey Augmon. That one.
Stacey Augmon? No. Stacey Augmon was never lifting off like that.
Stacey Augmon was a 2-guard.
They never lifting off like that.
Yeah, they won a championship in ULV, right?
Yeah, but he was in 90, yeah.
Yeah.
Chat. So what are y'all saying, chat? Somebody said Stacey Augmon, Josh Smith, Sean Kemp, Amari Stoudemire.
Hey,
I think Stoudemire is a fair one. I mean, there's a lot of really athletic fours that have come in the league. Look at Clifford Robinson; he could probably end up that type. Like Stromile Swift.
Athletes. Yeah, Stromile Swift was an athlete, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of athletes where even if everything goes well, he could just be a really good athlete and never, average 25 a game like Larry Johnson could. Like everything goes well, Larry Johnson definitely. I hope because he already can shoot a little bit.
Right.
I think he's better than Stromile Swift though. Even though Stromile Swift had more length, I think Obi's better than him.
Yeah, no doubt. And there are others like C-Web, but C-Web couldn't shoot the three consistently.
And C-Web had much better playmaking.
Right. And Kevin Garnett couldn't shoot the three, but was a stalwart defender.
And I don't think Obi will ever be that good defensively, no matter what we do.
Right.
Right.
Even though Dirk was a great 3-point shooter, he was not the athlete Obi is. So when you're looking at us having a unicorn type player as a natural power forward, not a guy that started off at the 3 and moved to the 4, or a guy that's really a 5 but plays the 4 because he can't defend. Obi is a natural 4, right? Like Dirk is probably a natural 5 that can't defend 5s or 4s for that matter, and so they had him at the 4. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Obi is a tough one to pinpoint because a lot of the best athletes were really good defenders in our league, like in the league, And he's not. I don't think he'll end up being that.
Right. Yeah, this is tough. Chat. What y'all thinking?
Yeah.
How about Vince Carter on the offensive side?
I think he's way more athletic than Vince Carter. I don't know. Just from the eye test. I mean, Vince Carter was a maximum athlete too, but like just from the eye test,
I just talking about like on the offensive side, like Vince Carter.
What about Anton Jameson?
Oh man, Anton Jameson was super skillful, man. I hope Obi gets to that level.
Yeah, because Anton Jameson could rebound, shoot the three. He
had a really good post game.
Yeah, he was real.
That's where I'm going at with it, Morocco Joe. It is putting the ball on the floor and doing post up, and I don't see that in Obi yet.
Nah,
I see a little
bit. I don't
bit.
see that in Obi. Period. Not just I don't see him in. If everything goes
right.
But the question is, even if he developed fully, will he ever have that post-up game? Y'all think?
I don't think so. Not on a Jameson level. Jameson was
not on a Jameson level. I have to agree with that too.
Right.
I hope so. Let's not get it twisted. I hope so. Yeah.
Right.
Right. No. What about Billy Owens? No.
I don't know him.
Okay. All right. What
about Billy Owens from Golden State Warriors from back in the day, right?
Yeah, from Syracuse, played for Miami also. The do-it-all guy.
Yeah. He was straight.
Billy Owens. Yeah.
I don't remember.
That might be a little bit before my time. Was that in the 80s?
90s.
Yeah, that'd be
that'd be 90s. Billy Owens.
That's nice.
John Collins is a good comp for Obi.
They're still both young, though. I mean, they're pretty much the same age. We don't know what John Collins is going to end up being.
How about John Wallace?
John Wallace.
Syracuse.
Yeah, no, that is interesting. My only thing is I think Obi right now is better than John Wallace.
Yeah.
Because he can really shoot them 3-point shots like that. Yeah.
Nick G says Chris Mullin. I don't think Chris
Mullin.
Get the hell out of here.
He wasn't the athlete Obi was.
Yeah, Chris was one of the best shooters ever, too. Obi is not just
one of the best shooters ever.
Yeah, and then Obi is 10 times more athletic than Chris Mullin.
That's a fact. Maybe he's talking about Quentin Grimes or something. I don't know.
So chat. So y'all had it's a tie for a lot of names. But you know what though? I'm gonna, for the sake of time, I'm just gonna go with Sean Marion because that's the name I keep seeing more.
Ooh, that's a good one. We didn't even talk about that.
I would say Sean Marion and Stein might put together.
Yeah,
that's a great one, Sean. If he can, but Sean Marion's a great defender though. Hope gotta step it up on defense.
All right. All right. So if Mitchell Robinson fully develops, what is Mitchell Robinson going to be, Stafford?
Ah, boy, Mitch, fully developed. Ah, boy. Come back to me, Freezy.
I got one.
All right. So Joe, I'm gonna let you do the chat comp one. Right, I'm gonna just say that I think fully developed, Mitchell Robinson is gonna be Michael Cage. So
Michael Cage from the 90s.
Yeah, with a curly kid.
yo, you're off for that, Uncle Freezy.
Michael Cage was a good player, man. Michael Cage was a good player, though, bro.
Yeah. He played for Minnesota, right?
And the Clippers.
Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah, in Seattle, yeah.
Y'all gonna burn me up if I say this one.
Nah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Moses Malone.
Moses, get out of here, man.
The only reason I say it is because the offensive rebounding numbers are really good, man. They're really, really good. And he's still young. If he continues to offensive rebound the way he's doing right now, it's going to be a problem. Like, but he's got to continue to do it and get better offensively. But the offensive rebound numbers is already at the top of the league. Like,
right.
Moses Malone, that's like his, he like led the career numbers in offensive rebound. Like, I'm pretty sure he's the number one offensive rebound in the history of the NBA.
Okay.
Obviously, also I'm not saying he's gonna be Moses Malone tomorrow. That's a reach. Right. But what he does the best, I mean, he does the best. It's obvious. He's a great offensive rebounder, great putback.
Yeah, and great shot. Okay. All right. So you said you're representing the chat, and you said Moses Malone.
I'm about to get cooked for that. I know. Are the tomatoes coming?
Free uncle. I would say Ben Wallace.
And Wallace. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one. I would say Gobert on Utah Jazz, the center.
Rudy Gobert, right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Rudy. Yeah, Gobert.
Okay.
Yeah, Dwight Howard is a good one too.
I'll give you Dwight Howard. Yeah.
If he stay healthy, if Mitch stay healthy, man.
David Robinson.
What about Marcus Camby? Marcus Camby.
Oh, you know what? I should have said Marcus Camby. That's a much better one.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Okay, Marcus is a good one too.
Yeah, I like Marcus Camby.
You know, Marcus did it for a long time too. People don't give him credit. He had like he had a resurgence later in his career. I think with Denver. Like, he did it for a long time.
Yeah, man. So what about Jericho Sims? All right.
Jericho Sims.
I would say Ben Wallace with Jericho Sims.
He even got the fro too. CWC. He ready.
Yeah. I'll probably go with I'll probably go with Ben Wallace too again for him too.
So wait a minute. So you got Ben Wallace for Mitch and for Jericho Sims?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best that I could think of right now between him and Camby.
Okay. Joe, so Joe, CWC, which play do y'all think?
I'll say Ben Wallace with Jericho Sims.
Okay.
I think Ben Wallace too, because he got the fro. Just because he got the fro, he be rocking that fro.
All right.
And the way he moves his foot too, his footwork. I like his footwork. Like when he guards like little guards on the outside, everything. I think he got a lot of footwork. That's what I like too about him.
David,
too, man, he could really develop into a great defender. He's already got so much athleticism.
Yeah.
He could be a great defender. Or he could be Taj Gibson. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. I'm calling him.
You never know.
I'm calling him Taj Gibson because I think the kid is limited, right? But he gets the most. Somebody flying an airplane?
My man is in here making hot pockets, bro.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
I just put on the microwave. My bad.
Yeah, I did. So.
I thought that was me with this squalid traffic on.
Nah, man. You good, bro. You good. So with the roster looking at the way it looks on the screen, does this roster win a championship in today's NBA? Right? Think about look at Lou Williams, Patrick Beverly, Klay Thompson, Jason Williams, Tracy McGrady, Jimmy Butler, Sean Kemp, Ben Wallace. Those are high upside comps. If everything goes right, does this roster win a championship in today's NBA?
So hold on, Uncle Freezy. Hold on, Uncle Freezy. Who's our point guard? Who's our point guard though?
You can, the stuff on the screen. Can you see it? Can you see? You can't see it, right?
Nah, there's sun out here.
You're on your phone, right?
Okay. Sun out here.
Okay. All right. So
I can see something.
Okay. So the guards are Lou Williams, Patrick Beverly, Klay Thompson, Jason Williams. Is that a back? Hold
on. Who is Beverly? Who is Pat Beverly?
McBride.
I think McBride gonna be Bronson.
No, this is Stafford's
well with better defense.
No, this is Stafford's list, not your list.
Oh no, I was just saying.
Okay.
You know, I'll say this. I think as constructed, it's not going to win a championship because you can't have two Ben Wallaces on a team and win a championship.
No, you can't have. Yeah, and the thing is, is too, is if Rokas is Jason Williams, right, and Miles McBride is Patrick Beverly, when are you going to ever have those two small guards on the floor at the same time?
Good point. Yeah, it's a good point.
And I mean, and Emmanuel quickly. Think about that too. You have three of those guards. When are you going to have a combination of two of them on the floor at the same time?
And that's part of the reason.
I think that's why Tibbs wanted a big guard. I think that's why Tibbs wanted like a big guard, like a 6'6" guard.
Right.
And one of the things I'll say is it has the talent. Definitely, this has the talent to win a championship, but it's just the talent in the wrong ways. Like this lineup here, there's no chance to win a championship. There's no chance to even win many games just because, like you said, the size, you know. But, you know, I do think that it's talented. It's not to say this is not a talented lineup, but it's just a weird composition of a lineup. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. We just need that 6'6" point guard. And we be straight. We be good.
Right. And so I tried to I honestly I don't view that the upside of this team as high as what others do. And it's not because I'm a hater, right? But I think Emmanuel Quickly being a Patty Mills is in the ballpark, right? I think it's reasonable. Like Patty Mills is not an all-star, but I think he is a champion, right?
Absolutely.
Patty Mills won championships with the Spurs.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I don't think he's going to be. He's not
Goes
John
up
Morant.
a little bit.
But every team, you don't need 12 John Morants to win a championship. Basically, what I'm getting at. And
I think Quickly might be Trae Young.
What?
That's a reach.
Yeah. I believe so.
Hey, let me move this thing out of. I'm sorry, y'all. I got this thing covering up people, man. I'm not doing that on purpose. There we go. I like the. Well, no, I can't do that either. Hold on. Let me try something. Yeah, let me do that. All right. So CWC, why do you think Emmanuel Quickly is Trae Young?
He got speed. He could shoot, and he could take it to the hole. He got that finger roll, and he know how to draw fouls. Like I will put like Quickly with like Lou Williams, Trae Young put together type of guy.
You talking about the skill set?
Yeah, the skill set and everything. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll put them together in the mix with him.
Okay.
One thing I'll say,
Trae Young got better dribbling skills and stuff like that, but I talk about like in the future, like you said, like in the future time, who he was going to turn out to be. I think Trae Young and Lou Williams put together.
Okay.
I think that's a fair assessment. If everything goes perfectly well for IQ's career, obviously we would love him to be Trae Young, but it's going to be a challenge. I just think because Trae Young is a unique player, like that. He's been able to shoot like that, you know, since he was at Oklahoma. He's been able to see the floor, and he led the league in points and assists in Oklahoma.
But that's what I was just about to say also too, Morocco. His decision making is very, very vital too, right? So I would say IQ has to work on that before we could compare him to, or I guess a Trae Young, just because of that.
But with the argument that we're making here, if everything goes right, you know. So yeah, if everything went right, they do share a skill set. They have a similar skill set, like. But it would take a lot to go right. I'll tell you.
Right. And I get that.
Right. So it would take a. So what I would say. So to the lineup, I'm looking at the one that I did that has Patty Mills, Kyle Lowry, Bruce Bowen, Goran Dragic, Tracy McGrady, Trevor Ariza, Jimmy Butler, Larry Johnson, Michael Cage, Taj Gibson. I think the names are all over the place. Like, who wouldn't want a Tracy McGrady? Who wouldn't want a Jimmy Butler? Who wouldn't want a Larry Johnson? Right? But here's the thing: Tracy McGrady, Jimmy Butler, Larry Johnson have never won an NBA title. Right? Those three players have never won an NBA title. Now, the role players, think about the role players that I mentioned, right? Trevor Ariza, Bruce Bowen, Patty Mills. They have won championships. Right? And think about the solid vets that I mentioned. Taj Gibson, Michael Cage, Goran Dragic. Those are good NBA players, bro. So chat, let me ask you this, right? With me saying that, because I had an epiphany when I was going through the roster. Does this team need to have a bunch of stars, or do we need to have some role players? And if we do need role players, right? How soon do we need to get a star to lead those role players?
Well, I could chime in here. If you remember back when the Pistons won in the early 2000s, it was kind of like a transitional period in the NBA where you had like the heavyweights in the West, and you had like the star players kind of getting older from the 90s. So there was a window of opportunity where a bunch of role players like the Pistons, I mean, they had some good players, but for real, they were mostly role players, won a championship and then won another one. Yeah, like, so I think that you make a good point. We just have a good, well constructed roster. I think we don't need a star, as long as everybody's doing their part. You know, I mean, we would love a star, but we're in a transition period in the NBA. LeBron is not going to win any more championships.
So you thinking taking a Detroit Pistons approach can get us a couple of chips?
I think it get us at least one. I mean, there's no other option really, because stars aren't coming here, man. We have to use what we have, what options we have, and that's going to be built through the draft. That's going to be try to develop these guys. I mean, just seeing the writing on the wall, man. No one's coming here, bro.
No, well, to that point, Morocco, just like the Nets when they had Kenny Atkinson, you know, they made the play. I think they made the playoffs, right?
Yeah, the AC
we did it with the fourth seed. I talked about this the other day. I don't mean to cut you off, but we did it the fourth seed, and no one came here the next year. Kawhi was on the board, could have came here, didn't come here. Like, no one came here, no one at all, and we made it to the fourth seed.
But I think the Kawhi would have get more money from the Clippers, and then he lives out there and he's from there, so he has a commitment to the Clippers. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't have too much agree with that a little bit.
Okay.
Now everybody wants that bag. That's what
no one's coming there.
Everybody wants that
everybody. Bag. Yeah, everybody want to be secure and you know and get that big money. You know.
Okay.
That's why you see all of these.
That's traded.
Okay.
Man, Freezer, we talked about this before. No one's coming here, man. I know it's
nobody's coming here, bro.
No one's coming here, dude. Unless it's gonna be forced through a trade, no one's coming here. So, like, I think
it is gonna be forced through a trade.
It's gonna have to be a trade. That's it.
Why we should build from the youth, build from the draft. Let's create our own guys. Let's create our own stars.
But I will say this, Freezer, you made a great start to this conversation. We got to look at what we have and see if that can actually win a championship. That's how the front office needs to be really looking at it. Like, and I think they are. I think that they're looking at what's the ceiling if we do everything right with these players, and is that enough in 4 years, 3.5, 4 years? Are they going to be good enough to even compete? I think that they're doing that, like you're saying. I think they are.
I think they'll be good enough to compete and get a playoff spot. But we have to get a star in order to reach to the next level. We could get to the 10th seed to the 7th seed, but in order to get over that hump, we need a star. At the same time, we need RJ and whoever else to also complement that star game, so it could be a little more easy on him too.
And next year, we need a front office and still be on the same page, man. So they not on the same page. How we going to know what direction they going in?
I think Freezy was asking the right questions though. Like, what's the page, right? Like, what page are we needing to be on, right? Like, that's the real question. What's the right page? Is it going to be? Is it to throw everything at the star, or is it to build with what we have, see what we have, evaluate what we have, and figure out if we can build a championship roster through the draft? Like, I think that's what they're doing. I do think that's what they're doing. So that's a good sign.
Okay.
And I know we're going to speculate and everything. I know we're going to speculate and everything, but we have to see what they're going to do with Randle, Mitch, and what they're going to do in the draft.
All right.
So we could go around circle every time, you know what I'm saying? But we just don't know. We just speculate what we want to do, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, here's a question for you, Crazy.
Okay.
With the roster that you have in front of you on that spreadsheet, do you see it as being a championship team, or even close to just a competitor, a real competitor?
I think it's competitive. To me, the comps that I have, I think are disappointing. It looks like a second round exit team to me. Right. It looks like a second round exit team to me. Right?
So what would you need to make a computer with your second round exit team? What piece do you need?
I need a Kobe Bryant. Right. No lie. I need
No, but Joe, real talk. We need that legitimate franchise player changing player to the franchise. That gem Freezy always talking about.
An
that
all-time great
gem.
Yeah, we need an all-time great. We need a guy. I don't know. I doubt we'll be able to get that all-time great from another team. But we may be able to get that all-time great player out of a draft. I don't know which draft. I'm not going to say the draft. Like, I'm not going to say the 2022 draft. But if we continue to build, we can maybe get one out of the 2023 draft or the 2024 draft and bring them in. Like, for instance, the Lakers were already set with a whole bunch of young talent before they signed Shaquille O'Neal and drafted Kobe Bryant, right? And so people don't even remember the Eddie Jones, Anthony Taylor, Nick Van Exel.
Oh, I remember Eddie Jones.
Lakers, right? But
absolutely.
Byron Scott was the backup. Byron Scott from the old Showtime Lakers.
They had a transitioning team from that like perennial championship team to kind of young, and then they got blessed with Kobe and Shaq. They got blessed.
Right. And see, and here's the thing: the Knicks were trying to trade up in that draft to get a Ray Allen or a Stephon Marbury, right? The Knicks had 3 first-round picks, and what happened was the thing is do you trade all 3 of your first-round picks to move up to 13 to get Kobe Bryant, or do you say no, 2 first-round picks is enough? That's too much to move up 5 spots.
Well, if we knew who Kobe was, then obviously you trade everything plus the washer, plus the dryer, plus the front office staff, everybody. You trade everything. But hindsight's 2020. No one knows Kobe's gonna be literally one of the top 4 players ever to play the game.
Ever to breathe breath, right? But here's the thing. But here's the thing, Morocco Joe. Knowing that you tried this in the past and you were too cheap to do it, this year, with all these assets, there is a guy that you want to get. Are you gonna? Because last year, Chris Duarte was too expensive for us, so we didn't trade up to get him. Last year, Trey Murphy was too expensive for. The year Steph Curry went 7 in front of the Knicks. The Knicks were trying to trade up to get Steph Curry.
Oh my God, right? I'm so mad too.
But the Knicks wouldn't pay. Right now, you have the things to pay with, and you want a guy.
Freezy, if I'm not go ahead. Sorry.
Now, with the assets that you have, knowing there's a guy that you like, knowing all those lessons that you learned, you missed out on Kobe. You missed out on Steph Curry, right? You missed out on Chris Duarte. You missed out on the kid from Charlotte. Right? Because you didn't want to move, because you didn't want to pay. Are you going to take that lesson as one lesson that's learned and maybe move up? or are you just going to stand pat on your conventional thinking?
You know, I think one of the questions that you have to ask is like, you see a person like Kobe Bryant slip to 12th, right? You have to look at what's available in the draft, right? And you have to determine, I mean, if you have a guy in the draft that you think is that guy, you do whatever it takes to get him. I mean, you know, but the problem that remains is you could just be wrong. Like Anthony Bennett, bro. People thought Anthony Bennett was going to be the truth, and that's just not the case. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
right.
The draft is a challenge because you know, look at how far Dwayne Wade dropped. Look at a player like Devin Booker. Look at a player like these players are perennial all-stars, forever going to be really good at the NBA, and they just drop in the middle parts of the draft. And it's like, it's a challenge. But if you have a guy on your, the only thing you can ask the front office to do is if you have a guy that you think is that guy, you do everything you can to get that guy. And if they're not doing that, then they're doing a disservice to the team. Now, if they are doing that, then I mean, if the guy doesn't pan out, it is what it is. You shot your shot. You know, it just didn't pan out. But you know, they got to be doing that. If they're not doing that, then we don't have a good front office. Like, just the end of the day.
Okay. And then what I was about to say is that I believe we have 17 draft picks between now and, don't quote me, I think it's either 2026 or 2027. I think we got like 13 second-round picks and 5 first-round picks.
Okay.
We do have, like you said, we have the money and we have the assets to make a move.
Yeah, we definitely do.
It's got to be the right guy, though, right? Like, I don't want to make a move for Anthony Bennett. Jesus Christ, that would be terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about the ramifications of that. That can't scare you into not pulling the trigger, though. You know, you got to pull the trigger if you think the guy is the guy. But the problem is there's not many guys like that, man. And sometimes they're 26th overall. Sometimes they're 13th overall. You never know, man. You just never know. You never know who's going to turn into be Kobe, you know?
I think Giannis was number 15, I believe.
Yeah, man.
You never know. You know, like, look what he's doing.
Yeah, I think Kawhi was 17, I believe. And then you had Nicolo, my boy over there in Denver, the center. He was a second-round pick too. Yep. Jokic, he was a second-round pick. It got a lot of gems that's in the second round, even late first round, that turned out to be stars.
And I will say this: I think our front office is probably one of the top 3 or 4 in the league at finding those late round picks that are good. Like, look at what we found in the later rounds. We found some real gems in the not later rounds, but like later part of the first round, beginning of the second round, later part of the second round. We found gems. Like, look at Mitchell Robinson. Look how many teams passed on him. Look how many teams want him now that had a chance to draft him for pennies.
Right.
Well, you know the funny thing about that? The Lakers was about to grab him if we didn't
at
grab
21.
him.
Yeah, they were going.
Yeah,
the Lakers wanted to draft him in the first round, but they wound up taking what's his name, the light skinned kid, Kuzma. I think it's
Kuzma. Okay,
hey,
right.
That's not bad. Kuzma's great, you know.
Yeah, but in fairness to the conversation, we were not talking about finding gems or you know, say cats like that. We were talking about finding legendary Hall of Fame caliber type players, you know what I'm saying? With like, are you willing to trade assets to move up to make that move? Like Stafford, are you willing to, if I told you Jaden Ivey was going to be the second coming of a young Russell Westbrook, right? And you knew this going in, would you trade a lot of your assets to trade for a young Russell Westbrook?
Yeah.
Instantly.
I just said 5 first-round picks and 13 second-rounders.
Yeah.
And probably throwing Cam. Look, that's why I tell people, stop being attached to these players because you never know they could go. So if they put in Cam or even Obi with the first-round picks, I'm doing it, bro. It's no question, Morocco Joe, and I'm completely agreeing with you. I'm doing it.
Yeah, if you think he's the guy, even if it's a type like a Ja Morant, If John Morant is there, it doesn't even have to be a Hall of Famer like a Russell Westbrook. If we think there's a John Morant anywhere in this draft, we should move heaven and earth to get the John Morant on our team.
But historically, we have not. Historically, we say we are not going to overpay we'll overpay in free agency, but we won't overpay at the draft.
I think that's a level of fear. It's a fear, and I think it comes from the ownership. We're scared to make a wrong decision because we know Dolan will fire everybody. Right. So it's like they don't make any decision because they're scared to make the wrong one. You know, like that's the worst position to be in. Don't be scared to make a decision. If you think it's the right thing to do, you do it. Even if it turns out wrong, you still make the decision. If you think that's the right thing to do, you go ahead and do it. As a grown man, you make the decision. You go ahead, go forward, you do it. And I think if we have a guy like that on the board that we think is the truth, you do whatever you got to do. And if you don't do that, you're doing the team a disservice. And you shouldn't be in the front office if you're scared to make a decision. Right. You know, just is what it is. What are we going to do with 13 or 17 draft picks? We better do something. We better not draft 17 people in this team.
We better not draft 17 people.
Well, Morocco Joe, to your point, a lot of people want to build through the draft and build through the youth.
Yeah, but 17. So, we building the team too. Like, what are we doing with 17 picks? We building the Westchester Knicks up? Is that the goal? Because they're going to be a.
And that's the thing. Everybody can't stay, and that's just the thing. Some of these fans can't understand. Somebody must go. We can't build with every single young player that's on the roster, bro.
Right.
It's impossible.
Right. That's a fact.
That's why we need. I ain't saying what we need, but that's why some of these young players that we have may get traded.
Right.
I just hope it's the right decision, right? Like I hope they make choices based on talent and not other factors. Like I hate hearing about the CAA hive and all of that crap. Like, look, I don't care who your agent is. I just want the best players possible on our team. And I feel like sometimes we don't make the decision based on what we see on the court. We make the decision based on 900 other things that have nothing to do with basketball.
Damn,
that's what I worry about. That's really what I worry about.
Yeah. And so to the point that I'm making is this draft is deep with quality NBA players. It's not star-studded like last year's draft. Okay, let's not get it twisted. And it's not going to be deep like next year's draft because of the available talent. Right? Because of the number of guys available. Like usually you have about 80, 90 guys that are NBA caliber players, depending on what system they go. 60 of them get drafted, and then about 30 of them, 30 or 40, maybe 60 of them are signed as undrafted free agents after the season. One might make an NBA roster per team, and then the other two get G League contracts, right? This year, you have quality NBA talent that can contribute. Is there a Kobe Bryant in this draft? I can't say. Right? I can't say. But what I can say is do I think Benedict Mathurin is better than Quentin Grimes right now? Yes. And it's not even close. Right? If the Knicks get Benedict Mathurin, he's already better than Quentin Grimes.
I don't know about that.
What you wouldn't say that, Morocco?
What can Grimes do what can Grimes do that Mathurin can't do?
So one of the things I'll say is
he a better shooter?
Well, let me. I didn't say that. You're not gonna catch me on that.
Okay.
The one thing I'll say is a lot of players that are coming out of college, right? You know, they're going against the best players that they can. It's not their fault, but to be able to produce in the NBA, it's different. It is different. It is a different league. You're playing against grown men. So, like, what I say is you see a player in college that looks like their skill set is what it is, but then when they're going up against an A-level defender in the NBA, the skill set is not the same. And they end up being extremely inefficient, whereas in college they were lights out because they were going up against D or F defenders, and it is what it is. So, like, I get what you're saying. Skill set-wise, yeah, obviously – he's got better, a better bag of tricks to go into in any given moment. But
right.
But to say that translates to the NBA is a reach. And that's the hard part about drafting is we don't really know until they go up against 24-year-olds with a 7-foot wingspan if they can even get the shot off, like let alone whether it'll go in or not. Whether they can get the shot off is more important. Like they can't. A lot of times NBA or rookie or college players, they can get the shot off in college, but it doesn't translate well. It just doesn't translate well.
Right.
Not to say it won't with him.
But somebody said that about Michael Jordan.
Right? Oh, of course.
Somebody said about Michael Jordan did that at North Carolina. I don't know if he'd be able to do that in the pros. The NBA is a different game.
That's all I was just about to say. I don't really necessarily. I hear what you say, Morocco, but I'm 50-50 on that, because it do have some young players that will come from college and make a definitely impact in the NBA right away.
Jason Tatum.
And then you got some may not pan out. So it could be a 50-50. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I don't.
What I'll say is that's the most hard part about building through the draft is everything could be checked. Every box on a player could be checked, and they could look like that guy. And then when they get to the NBA, they are not that guy.
I totally agree with you.
So what do you do with your draft picks then? Because you got a bunch of them. If you scared to pull the trigger with these guys, then would you trade them away and for a proven commodity?
I mean, who is it? That's the question, bro. Who's the proven commodity? Yeah, that's going to make the difference as to whether or not you take a risk in the draft versus make the move. If it's a proven commodity that's got 8 years left of proven commodityness, like 8 years left of like let's get it in, then right. Yeah, you make the move. If it's a Donovan Mitchell, do whatever it takes. Like what's it really going to take? Are you not willing to give up 3 first rounders for Donovan Mitchell? You're not willing to give up 4? I am. But what are we going to get anyway?
Yeah, I'm giving up the Dallas pick.
Yeah,
I'm giving up the Dallas pick. I'm giving up Cam for sure. I'm giving up a probably another pick, and probably I'm throwing a couple first rounders in there, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
second rounders
and the timeline at which they are going to be in their prime. Like, if you got 8 years of Donovan Mitchell, I'll take that guaranteed production over an unknown. Even if they put up huge numbers in college,
it's not guaranteed. But it's not guaranteed, and here's why: because putting up numbers and being an all-star in Salt Lake City, Utah, is not the same as trying to do the same thing in Midtown Manhattan.
You make no lies, Preeti. You never have told a lie in your life, sir.
But here the other point too. Once we get a star player like that, we definitely have to have solid role players to go along with him to help him.
Right.
Because that's the same thing happened with Melo. We didn't have, when we traded for him, we gave away the whole farm, and that season we were garbage until we start putting players around him when we won that 54 season with Mike Woodson.
And Tyson Chandler.
Yeah. So we definitely need solid role players, you know what I'm saying, and also serviceable vets. Okay. That's willing to show these young guys how to do it and how to be a professional.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel you on that, bro. I feel you on that. Here's the thing, though. That's a lot to do, a lot to coordinate when all you have to do is turn your card into the commissioner and have him say a name like Giannis Antetokounmpo. The New York Knicks select Giannis Antetokounmpo. You know what I'm saying? Or the New York Knicks select Kobe Bryant. See, now, but when you talk about coordinating stuff with another team, when the other team has to participate. You think the Utah Jazz want to trade the young under 25 star out east? You know what I'm saying? They could keep him. They could keep him and just fire the coach. They could fire the coach. Just bring in a new coach that'll make it work. You know what I'm saying?
I want to clarify. I'm not saying that I think that I hope that Utah blows up their team. I'm saying we got to be able to take advantage if they do. If they don't, we shouldn't knock down the door to get Donovan. Obviously, if they don't want to trade him, it's going to cost too much. If they don't want to trade him, it's going to cost too much. But if they're trying to trade him, hell yeah, we should try to get him. But if
strike while the iron is hot.
Yeah. If they're not trying to trade him, though, then leave it be. Like, it's whatever. We'll figure something else out. I mean, you make a great point. It's much easier to just give the card to the commish than try to coordinate a trade. It's much easier. It's much simpler. You're definitely right. And I think maybe we look at a player in the draft that we think is that guy. Maybe we look at moving in the draft. I mean, it's probably easier to trade a draft pick than it would be for a play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe we bundle some of the draft picks to move up. If we think there's a guy in there that's really a game changer like that, then bundle the picks up. A team will take our picks to move, let us move up. A team will do that. Like, get 3 first rounders to trade a 12th pick for a first overall or second overall, a team is doing that. Like, I don't know, most teams are doing that.
All right, let me do some double talking for a minute. Right? Right. I think Danny Ainge is that Huckleberry.
Wow.
I think Danny Ainge is that Huckleberry, Staffer. Here's why. You've seen him do the same thing with the Boston Celtics.
Blow his whole team up?
Yeah. And for the sake of getting multiple draft picks, which the Knicks have, right? Here's the thing that ruined Danny Ainge is he filled his stock room to capacity, right? And then depended on drafting late instead of drafting early. See, his lane is, his sweet spot is in the top 10. Or the top 5. He drafts well in the top 5, right? He knew Markelle Fultz wasn't the guy, so he took Jason Tatum, right?
Great pick, by the way.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody thought it was Markelle Fultz, and it wasn't.
Right. Jaylen Brown. Remember Jaylen Brown? People were like, who?
Yeah. Great pick.
You know what I'm saying? Now, and even you could even say Marcus Smart was a great pick, even though he didn't turn out to be the offensive juggernaut. What he provided on the opposite side defensively was well worth the pick,
man. If you look at Marcus Smart, I don't think that this team is as good as they are without Marcus Smart playing point guard.
Right.
He tells those players to pass the ball. Like, he'll call them out in front of everybody. If you're not passing the ball, he's telling the media, we need Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to move the ball more. He said it just like that. Like, that takes some bravery to say that, you know.
But you know what? He's been like that from
day one. Yeah. From day one, he's been like that.
I was talking about from since he was in Oklahoma State. He was like that.
He has always been a leader, right? And he is ultimately on defense. He is the most switchable guy probably in the league. He can lock down 1 through 4-ish, right? 1 through 4-ish.
The first defensive player of the year since Gary Payton.
Yeah.
And well deserved.
Yeah. And he should have had 2. Should have been 3, really. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing with the Knicks, though. The Knicks is what I'm talking about, right? The Knicks with all these picks, right? 1 this year in the first, 1 year this year in the second. Next year, we got multiple picks in the first, multiple picks in the second, right? This year, with all these young guys, bro, it's time to consolidate. You got to. And I know Stafford loves Jericho Sims, right? I know Jericho Sims is Stafford's favorite player, right? But listen, you can't keep all these guys, and then when Tibbs don't play them, be mad at Tibbs. Man, Tibbs won't play the kids. Bro, how in the world is he going to play 14 guys a night every night?
That ain't going to happen.
You know Derrick Rose is playing, right? You know Derrick Rose. If Randle is here, you know Randle playing, right? You know Fournier playing. You know Burks is playing. And then you got 10 kids? What? You know these, and I know it's a long season. I know it's a long season, and people are like, well, everybody will get a chance to play. But you don't want to hear that when the game is going on. You don't want to, like me and Staff are sitting on the bench, and we both of us know we better than Fournier, and we trying to get in the game. We're like, Coach, why you not putting us in the game? And Coach come to us like, yo, it's October, man. Just be ready in January for an injury. I don't want to hear that. I want to play tonight. And, you know, these young kids want to play tonight, bro.
But what if they're not better than Fournier, though? That's the real question.
Well,
that's players to play.
And so here's the thing that Knicks fans say to that, Morocco Joe. How am I going to get better if you never let me play?
That's the old argument I have every time I get on here.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It's true.
Yeah. That's what they hit me with every time. Like, how are they going to get better if they never see the court? That's what they said about Obi and Miles McBride.
Right.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're getting better without seeing the court. That's all I'm saying. Doesn't it look like they get a little bit better every time you see them? They get a little bit better. They get a little bit better. They get a little bit better. Like, right. Even though they're not playing 25, 30 minutes a game, like, they still get better, man. Like, Best player should play. If Fournier is a better player than Deuce McBride, or if Alec Burks is a better point guard than Deuce McBride, or if Alec Burks can withstand the pressure of being the point guard better than Deuce McBride, Alec Burks needs to play. Right? I think that's what happened this year. It was just about the pressure of the media, pressure, the expectation to win. And I think really Thibodeau didn't want Miles McBride's confidence to get destroyed. That's why he played Alec Burks all the games. Like, just didn't want to hurt Deuce McBride's confidence. I can almost guarantee that. So I think next year we're going to see a different Tibbs as far as playing these young guys. One, because the players are getting a little bit older, so he's trusting them a little bit more. I think we're going to have a different type of rotation. You'll see. Like, I think it'll be a different type of rotation next year.
Let me bring Paris Doug up to speed. Paris. So Paris Doug, what I mentioned is an example. I said if me and Stafford Don are on the bench and we're young players, we want to play right away, right? But you can't come to me and Stafford Don and say, hey, listen, I know y'all want to play, but y'all got to be ready for when injuries hit in January. When it's October, I don't want to wait 3 months for playing time, bro. I'm here, right? These young legs want to run. You know what I'm saying? The young guys want to play, bro. They want to play. The vets have all these miles and nagging injuries. They'll be upset if you don't play them. Oh man, they ain't professional, whatever. But for the sake of their body, if Tibbs take 7 to 8 minutes from them, like say they used to playing 30, now they playing 22. Yeah, they sourpuss, they lip suck up, but they still playing, and you saving them from themselves. But when a kid is getting 0 minutes, and then you tell them, not only are you getting 0 minutes today, but you are going to be a situational player. Kids are going to want to revolt. You can't tell young, talented kids that they situational, bro. You can't do that. That's the thing that Tibbs regretted after the fact. So Ron from Still Knicks fans says, no, Obi got better when he got on the court. And he knew the season was over, and Tibbs had to play him. It's about confidence for Obi, right? No, I don't disagree with that. But what I'm saying is this: not last year's situation. I don't want to speak to last year's situation. Last year's over. Period. We can't rewrite history. What I'm saying is, right now you have 10 young players, right? And after the draft, you will have 12 of them. And I don't have 12 fingers, so I can't do the same example I did for 10 players. I only got 10 fingers, right? But after the draft, you'll have 12 young players, right? And all these vets, right? And all these vets, right? And you can't go to these kids. I mean, you can't go to Cam Reddish and be like, yeah, I know we traded a first-round pick for you. Or actually, we didn't trade. We swapped. We swapped a first-round pick this year, right, for a second-round pick in the future. That's actually what actually happened. We got a second-round pick from Atlanta. You know, so people say we traded a first-round pick. Actually, we just traded back, basically. But yeah. You can't go to Cam Reddish and say, I know you want to play. I know you want to play, but we can't play you because we got it's a kindergarten field trip, right? Stafford, you ever been a chaperone on a kindergarten field trip, bro?
It's the worst, bro.
It's the worst shit.
It's the worst. Trying to control these little young brats.
Right.
Oh my God.
And somebody always got to pee. Somebody nose is always running. Somebody's shoe is always untied. And
somebody's always picking on each other.
Right. And somebody is always crying. Like two or three kids always crying for no reason. And they
want to go home. They want their mommy.
Right. Right. And you at the zoo. You like, yo, little Jimmy, shut up and look at the monkeys. You know what I'm saying? That's what you really want to say, but you really can't say that. You know what I'm saying?
No, you can't say that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so Morocco, what I'm getting at is I understand what it is about having a young core. I do, right? But at the same time, when you look at a young core, you have to look at certain examples. You have to look at Clay, Steph, and Draymond. You got to look at Mike, Horace, and Scotty, right? You got to look at Tim, Manu, and Tony Parker. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at young cores coming up together. Now, notice I said 3 players. I did not say 12.
That's a fact.
right?
I definitely agree with what your sentiment is. Like, it is 3 or 4, and that's the most it could be, because you need to have a balance, because if not, the players are going to fight over the role. Who is the guy? Like, somebody needs to assert themselves as the guy, and then you have to have some balance. Like, you have to have some guys who are okay being the beta or like the second and then the third. Like, it's hard to do that when everybody's the same age and everybody thinks they're the guy. Everybody thinks they're the guy until they're
pecking order.
And there needs to be some degree of that. And I think that can be built over time with the same guys. I don't think it has to be like, I don't think that when we'll look at Tim Duncan, Manu, and Tony Parker. I don't think when those three really got it together that they thought themselves as the second option. I think all those guys thought they could be the man. But then you had Manu Ginobili coming off the bench. Right. And you had a coach that was able to say, you aren't the guy. You are the bench guy. You're going to come off the bench. Like, I think we have to be able to do, like, it's hard to do, man. It's the hardest game in any sport to build a winning team. This is a hard game.
Morocco, and to your point, Morocco, as far as when you saying with Coach Greg talking about you're not the star, because after Tim Duncan wasn't it, they turned to Tony Parker.
Yeah.
And Kawhi Leonard, yeah.
Right. So
look how seamless they did it. Nobody got mad. Nobody went on strike. Nobody yelling at anybody. They just kept it moving. Like,
yeah, because they know they wasn't it. They know they were great role players now to help that particular young superstar that's coming up. Right? So when Tim Duncan when David Robinson done, he passed the torch to Tim Duncan. When Tim Duncan was almost finished, he passed it on to Tony Parker. When Tony Parker was almost finished, he passed it on to Kawhi. And Ginobili had that 6-man role since he came into the league. So, and he never had no ego, even though he had, because he did start it right at one point in his season for the San Antonio Spurs before he went to the bench, right? Am I correct?
Right. Yeah, and I would argue he was one of the best players offensively on the team. Period.
Right.
It didn't matter that he was coming off the bench. He was a great offensive player.
He could have averaged 25 a game.
Absolutely.
He could have. And truth be told, Tim Duncan could have averaged 32, 33 points a game and 15 rebounds.
In his prime.
But in his prime. But the offense and the team chemistry didn't call for that. You know what I'm saying?
Hard players to find, man. Those are super hard players to find.
Right. Imagine, and see, this is why I want to tell y'all, it's not about having a star. It's about having the right stars.
Right.
Because we can easily trade for a Carmelo Anthony right now. We can go get Brandon Ingram from the Pelicans right now for a bunch of draft picks. But he's not the right star type player, bro.
I don't know. Brandon Ingram's not. I think he might be. He's for real.
When have you seen him? So what's his 10 best game winning games? Like when you saw him put the team on his back.
Well, he's 25.
These two past playoff games,
he's been in the league
with the Pelicans. He scored like what? Over 72 points in 2 playoff games.
And they lost, right? They gone home.
Nah, they won.
They won the game, but they lost the series.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But let's not get it twisted. Brandon Ingram is not the reason they lost.
What is it? CJ McCollum?
I think no. I think the reason they lost is that Memphis is for real. Or excuse me, Phoenix is for real.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay.
I don't think that the Pelicans lost. I think the Suns just won. I mean, Phoenix is for real. Like, look at what they're good, man. They're real good.
Yeah, and
the Suns is more seasoned.
And they the defending conference champs. Right. No,
exactly.
Great point.
Exactly.
But my point is just because a guy can score doesn't mean he's the star that you need to get your team to the next level. Is what I'm getting at.
That's a great point. It doesn't have to be a scorer. Like it can be, like a Jimmy Butler type. Jimmy Butler is not a scorer. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted at all. Jimmy Butler is not a scorer. He can score if he needs to, but he is not a scorer. And I think that they have the best chance to win a championship out of any team coming out the East and the West, except for the Bucks. And like, He's not a scorer. They don't even have a prolific scorer on that team. It doesn't have to be a 35-point per night guy. We need to have somebody.
They spread you out. They spread you out and knock down the three, bro. The three is the ultimate weapon with Miami.
And Jimmy Butler is a great playmaker. Like at his size, he makes the right play every time. It seems like he makes the right play every time. Like,
I'm still rolling with my pick. I think Phoenix gonna take it. So if Miami do go to the championship, I'm still rolling with Phoenix in that matchup.
What about the Knicks though? What kind of type of star do the Knicks need, bro? Do you just get a star or the star? See, because if you get a star, you could go get a star. You can go get Bradley Beal this offseason cheaper than what we think. But I think you go get the star, the guy that's going to be your franchise guy going forward to take you over the top.
I think if we keep Julius Randle, we have to get a star that has a bigger ego than Julius Randle that can make Julius Randle.
Bradley Beal.
It's got to be a legitimate star that will make Julius Randle play second. If we keep Julius Randle, if we don't get a big enough star that can make Julius Randle play second, we have no chance. Like we can't get anybody equal to Julius Randle. It's got to be significantly over Julius Randle if we keep Julius Randle.
Bro, if that's
if we trade in for Beal, that means Fournier is gone.
Yep. Because you can't have him and Burks coming off the bench doing the same thing.
Yeah, Fournier got to go.
Yeah, because if you move Fournier to the bench, that means Quickly is out the window.
Yeah.
Right? Because you could run with, think about it, you could run with Derrick Rose, Alec Burks, and Fournier off the bench. That means your youth movement is gone. Trade all these kids, get their asses out of here right now. Right? That's just what it means. Because if you get a point, say your point guard of the future is Malcolm Brogdon, Bradley Beal. So your starters are Malcolm Brogdon, Bradley Beal, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. Right? That means coming off the bench is Derrick Rose, Evan Fournier, Alec Burks, Obi Toppin, Jericho Sims. Oh, I'm sorry, Nerlens Noel. Right?
Oh, God. Don't forget
that means buy Jericho Sims. That means buy Grimes, buy McBride, buy Cam. You know what I'm saying? Buy Quickly. All these dudes, buy Rokas. Rokas ain't never coming. Farron Hunt won't make it out of training camp. If you legit acquire Malcolm Brogdon and Bradley Beal, while that makes you a second round contender, matter of fact, I'm about to push that agenda. Go get me Malcolm Brogdon and Bradley Beal because I'm ready to win a chip.
Freezy, you lost me without this Malcolm Brogdon thing. No, I don't know.
Wait a minute.
I do not want him, bro.
If you telling me, hold on, man. If you telling me we get Malcolm Brogdon and Bradley Beal and we keep Julius and we keep RJ, yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah, hey, get these kids.
I know that sounds crazy, but I'm definitely with that. I'm with that lineup. That lineup will win games.
Listen.
Old Man River, you got to embrace it. You got to make that.
He's just kind of injured, though. I'm not gonna lie. Malcolm Brogdon is kind of hurt on.
That's the thing that worries me, bro. The man only played 75 games his rookie season, and then after that, he averaged 60, 40 games. Yeah, season. Crazy. No, I can't deal with that headache.
What else is out there? That's the real question. What else is out there, bro? What else is out there?
Okay,
you're gonna have to do. And the 11th player on that team is Kemba Walker.
Goddamn right.
And I know you talk about. I know you hate injury-prone point guards, bro. But we gonna roll with Malcolm Brogdon, Derrick Rose, and Kemba Walker.
They gonna miss a combined 900 games.
Give me Jalen Brunson then, or the Morris kid out of Denver. Or what's another free agent? Sign and trade for Colin Sexton.
Give me Mike Conley. I want Mike Conley for real.
Hell yeah. We'll have a 4-point guard rotation of Brogdon, Conley, Rose, and
crazy.
And they're gonna play all 82. Each one of them.
I'm trading somebody, bro. Somebody gotta go, bro.
Man, Jalen Brunson ain't coming here telling Julius Randle to give him the ball.
It's not gonna work. Julius gonna say no. Like,
yeah, I'm just saying. Look. As long as I don't want Malcolm here, so I look. Give me somebody else than Malcolm here. That's just me, in my opinion.
Hey, so
I
Paris
mean,
Nuggets.
I can't deal with the injury thing. 4 years straight, they in the league about 5-6 years, and most of the time you in the league you injured, bro. Nah.
Okay.
Can't
Well,
do
hey,
it.
Paris Nugget, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Nugget says, in a perfect world, players 5 to 12 are Taj Rose, Burks, Fournier, right? I'm sorry, 15 to 12. Taj Rose, Burks, Fournier to assist the 11 young players, which includes 2 new talents from the draft, equals 47 wins. That number would be 12 young talents because we keep forgetting about Farron Hunt. Farron Hunt is on the roster. Farron Hunt is on the roster, and he's a promising young. He's raw. Like Farron Hunt, legit is as raw can be, right? But he has a base. There's athleticism and speed and hunger there with Farron Hunt, right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Stafford. If you go out and get a Brogdon, right? Say you pull off a deal, you get Brogdon and Miles Turner, right? You get Brogdon and Miles Turner. They say if you're getting, the only way you can get Brogdon is if you take Miles Turner, or the only way you get Miles Turner is if you take Brogdon. So we got to get them two, right? Because I know that's what they want to do. They want them two to come off the books together. They don't want them 2 contracts. They want to go young, right? Right. So you get Turner and Brogdon, right? You have Mitch coming off the bench. That means Noel is the 3rd center. That means Sims ain't getting no burn. None of your young kids aside from RJ.
He going. Noel going, yo. He gotta go.
Nah, man.
You gotta go.
Nah, man. You gotta keep them because it's too hard to find veteran backups in this league.
I think at the price point we got Noel, it's bad. It's a bad deal.
Yeah.
There's no matter how you cut it, it's a bad deal. I will say this: it will become a good deal when it's expiring. So once it gets to a point where it's an expiring deal, it's going to become a good deal, and we can move it. But that's not going to happen for, I think, until next season, right? Doesn't he have a guaranteed this year, and then he has another year? Isn't that works?
Yeah. I think it's 2 and 1.
Yeah, so he still has another, like, his expiring deal won't happen until next off season. I think that's a great tradable asset then, but until then, it's just sucks.
He is now. He could go now, bro.
Nah, he can't. He gotta
go now, but what they gonna give for him? That's the question.
And so, Stafford, tomorrow's Knicks morning drive is gonna be crazy. I'm ready to blow up. It's Mother's Day, so I really got to get out of here. I should have already been gone by now.
Yeah, no, I salute. Happy Mother's Day, man. Make sure you tell your moms Happy Mother's Day, man.
I will.
My mom's is at church right now. I ain't gonna hear from my
everybody in the
moms.
chat too. Don't be a bum. Tell your mom Happy Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying? Get us some flowers,
man. Tell them Happy Mother's
Day. I ain't gonna hear from her until about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna I got a wrap right here so I can go hug the missus, and maybe if I'm lucky, she'll hug me back. So happy Mother's Day to all the moms, man. Knicks morning drive gonna be crazy in the morning. I'm going to push when I get the chance. I'm going to push this Malcolm Brogdon agenda.
I'm with it. I'm going
to push this thing. Am I quiet?
My headache already.
Yeah, man. We about to. That's because of the ganja. That should have been a cigar, man. You gotta have a cigar.
Bro. No mid-grade around here. No cigars around here.
So I gotta, if once you send me your PO box, like don't send me your address, man. That's the thing I be wanting to tell everybody. Don't send me your addresses or nothing like that. Send me if you send me your PO box, man, I'll send you some stuff like cigars. You know what I'm saying? I'll send you because I don't want to accidentally send your stuff get out and I'm like, oh, God dog it. Stafford Hardwell got your address by accident. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to be nothing like that. So send me your PO box. You know what I'm saying? And I can, you know what I'm saying? Like see, because once I get Stafford PO box, I'm gonna send him some real smoke, some cigars, bro. Something classy.
Anyway, I told you I'm coming up that way, your way in a little bit. Don't worry.
I'm ready.
We'll see.
I'm ready.
We'll see.
You don't see my face, bro. I'm ready. Yeah. So anyway, let me get out of here, everybody. Thank y'all for hanging out with us on Mother's Day.
Salute.
The Knicks morning drive gonna be lit tomorrow, y'all. The Knicks morning drive gonna be lit tomorrow. Malcolm Brogdon, Miles Turner, Bradley Beal, veterans. get these kids out of here. We'll holler at y'all later. Peace.
Peace.